Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. So I thought I would film, seeing as I had my hair cut short recently, some really quick, easy, everyday hairstyles for short hair. I actually personally love styling short hair. I think it's so quick to do. These styles especially take no longer than about 30 seconds to do. They are so quick. So I just wanted to share these with you, as these are just my everyday kind of go-to hairstyles. I also just wanted to take the time to sort of show people that maybe were on a similar hair journey to me and that were worried to take their extensions out because they didn't know how to style their short hair, that it actually can look really cute when it's short, and I do love my short hair. So I just want to start off by talking about this product here. So this is the Lee Stafford Lived In Spray. The reason I wanted to mention this is because my hair is now, I haven't washed it in about 2 days, and I do feel like a lot of these hairstyles, they're just a lot easier to do when your hair's got like texture. We all know what it's like, you know, you've got freshly washed hair and it's almost a bit too soft to do anything with. Basically, the reason why I wanted to mention this spray, I found this a couple of months ago. It even says on the front, for effortless, disheveled, undone texture with subtle grip. So basically, it sort of creates that feeling of a couple of days of unwashed hair, which I think is important when it comes to styling. And I promise you, every single one of these hairstyles I'm about to show you is so easy to do and so quick. So I'm going to start off with one of my favourites, and for this all you will literally need is a hair elastic. That's it. I like to at the moment have these two front bits out in the front of my hair. By the way, if I keep looking over here, it's because my mirror's there. So I'm going to start with a sort of half up, half down look. A lot of my fave hairstyles and easy hairstyles to do is a half up, half down. So I'm just using my fingers to basically section my hair. I feel like using your fingers is better for the sort of like messier looks. If you use a brush, it can sometimes look a little bit too polished. So if you just kind of like use your fingers to pick up your hair, that's how you get the slightly like messier look. So I'm kind of going, I don't want it to be super high. I literally just want it to be kind of about there. And then I'm going to grab one of my elastics and I'm just going to tie it around a couple of times, probably like twice, and then I'm just going to pull it into a little bun, and then I'm just going to pull out some of this top bit. These bits here is always like personal preference as to like how much you want to pull out, but I just pull out sort of like enough to kind of make sure that it looks like messy. So once you've got basically, you've pulled the bun out enough and got the desired sort of messiness, that is basically it. It's just really, really easy, just sort of like a half up bun, most of it down. This is actually why I love styling short hair. I get a lot of people saying like, oh, I find it really hard to style my short hair, but I think it works really well because, you know, if you try and do a bun when you've got really long hair, you end up with like the tail of your bun sort of like sticking out. So when you have short hair, I actually love styling it up in buns. So this is one of my favourite sort of half up, half down, like really easy everyday hairstyle, and it takes like honestly 5 seconds to do. It's so quick. Then the other thing you can do is, instead of doing a bun, you can keep that same section and just tie it into more of a ponytail. So when I've got like more of a ponytail rather than a bun, I actually like to pull forward some of these sort of baby hairs around the front of my head, especially because my hair colorist always makes these front bits like really blonde. So I quite like to pull them forward. Just kind of like lightens up the front of my face a little bit. I mean, that's just like the easiest hairstyle. But then also I sometimes will just add a little scrunchie to the top of it. It's a really easy accessory. It's really cute. It's very like 90s. So I've actually just pinned back those bits that were hanging down and sort of just sweeps it up a little bit more, just so you can see it both ways. Okay, so next up I'm going to move on to the sleeker hairstyles, which I absolutely love. For this, you will need one of these brushes. So this is my favourite brush for doing sleek hairstyles because you cannot get a sleek hairstyle looking right with just like a standard brush. You need a smoothing brush. I'll link this exact one that I used below. It's so good. So I'm just going to show you guys two of my favourite like go-to sleek hairstyles. So first thing I'm going to do, just going to use one of these long combs to just separate my parting so that it's slightly off to the side. So once you've got your parting, basically I'm just going to brush my hair with this brush, and you can see already just as I'm brushing, it just gives like the hair like such a shine. It's so nice, and it really smooths your hair like all the way down. So I just like to get it super brushed through. So once I've got the hair in place, I just grab my straighteners and I'm just going to go over my hair just to make sure that it is nice and straight everywhere, just to give it a real sort of like sleeky straight look. But then what I like to do when I get to the end is just bend it up slightly. So you get like a bit of a flick. I think it's a little bit nicer than just a straight sort of look. So just kind of literally just turn your wrist as you get to the bottom of your hair. So I'm just gonna brush that through. So whenever I have any sort of sleek hairstyle, I'm obsessed with using the Colour Wow. So this is the Extra Mystical Shine Spray, and it's unbelievable. It's so good for shine. So I'm just gonna give it a quick shake and just spray it over. And it gives your hair this just like unbelievable shine. It's so good. It also smells amazing as well. I feel like it's everywhere now. I need to wait for it to move. So with this hairstyle, you can just leave it as it is like this. I really like this hairstyle as more of an evening kind of look for my hair. But again, it's so quick and easy. The one thing I've really been enjoying recently though, is just putting a little clip into the side here. Actually, I might just move that up a little bit higher. Just having a little black clip on one side, it just kind of gives it a real sort of cute, like a bit of a 90s look. I'm so into like 90s hairstyles right now, and I just feel like by adding that clip, it looks amazing. I actually saw a picture of Kylie Jenner on Pinterest with a clip like this, and you can also add another one in if you want more than just one. You can go for like 2 if you want to make it a bit more of an accessory thing. But if you want to do this look for the evening, you could also use some of the like sort of gold ones, you know, you can get really like sparkly ones and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so moving on to one of my other absolute fave sleek hairstyles, and that has got to be just a simple bun. So I'm going to go back to a middle parting. And this again, this brush, honestly, if you try and do sleek buns and you've never used this kind of brush, it will just blow your mind how amazing this is. I remember I got one of these for the first time like last year, and I couldn't believe that I've never used one before. So when I do my sleek bun, I like to sort of have a middle parting in the middle, but then I pull the back bit, so it's sort of like my hair is in thirds, if that makes sense. So you end up with sort of like a parting that's a bit like that. Just gonna grab one of those elastics, and I'm just gonna pull my hair up into a low ponytail to start with. But when I've got it in the ponytail, then what I like to do is I get the brush and I sort of bring those side bits up slightly, so they're not just going like directly down, they're sort of going a little bit up. So like obviously this side you can see is like heading down this way, whereas like this side's been like swept up slightly. I'm really hoping that makes sense. So as you can see, I'm just gonna like pull it up a little bit. And then grabbing your hair elastic. So I like to tie it into a ponytail first. So I do like 2 twists around the ponytail, and then on the third one, I just turn it into a little bun, and then I just pull it slightly. And this again is what I mean about when your hair is shorter, you don't need to worry too much. This bit at the back that sort of just like hangs out, I just think it looks fine. That's why I do love shorter hair, because for buns, it just, I don't know, it just seems to work really well. So that's my like absolute go-to hairstyle for short hair. Like it's so easy, but I do love a real slick back look. The one thing that I do with this kind of hairstyle is I love using, so this is the Mark Hill Style Addict Taming Polish. This is unbelievable. So it's sort of like it's like a gel, but it's not. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just, I don't know, it's so good. So the inside of it is sort of this kind of shiny white stuff, and I just put like a tiny weeny bit on my fingers, and then just rub it between my hands, and then I just go over to sort of make sure that it's all nice and smooth. And this is just so good at like taming flyaways, and I don't massively love using hairspray on my hair. I try to avoid it if I can. It's just a personal thing. So this is really good because it does work a little bit like hairspray, but it's not as intense as like a hair gel would be. So yeah, so that is my go-to sleek bun, and as you can see, all of them, they're just so quick to do. No stress whatsoever. So then I just want to show you one more of my favourite hairstyles. This is one that you guys probably see me wearing quite a lot. So I'm just going to section those 2 front bits. And then I'm just going to gather all of my hair up. This is where, when you do have short hair, your back bits are going to fall out, but don't worry about them. We will pin those up, so that's not a problem. So I'm going for basically a high pony. I just want to tie the hair tie all around, so it is basically just a high pony to start off with, and then I can sort of play around with these front bits and make sure that they're all in position. This brush, honestly, it's just the best thing for styling. It's so good. And then I'm just going to bun this top bit, and I kind of just wrap the ponytail around like that, and then hold it And then I'm just going to put the elastic around the bottom, like so. And then I kind of just pull at the bun like a little bit, just so it's a little bit messier. You can kind of play around with this until you get like your desired bun shape. But I quite like it when it's smaller. Like I like a little sort of like small bun on my head. And then this is where the short bits at the back, as you can see, they start to fall down. So I'm just going to grab some bobby pins and then just pin those back bits up. So that's what it looks like from the back. It's not completely hideous, but this is my other absolute favourite go-to bun look for short hair. And again, this is another example of how short hair and buns just work so well. So there we go, guys. That's a little look at some of my favourite really easy hairstyles for short hair. The other thing as well that I love about these hairstyles is they actually require minimum heat, which is super important to me because I'm all about hair health and trying to keep my hair as healthy as possible, so I don't like to use too much heat. So I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this video and you found it useful. I will link all the different little bits below that I've used. A lot of the hairstyly bits that I've got, so the clips, the hair ties and the bobby pins I actually just got from Boots. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.